Hello my friends, it's Bold. Welcome back to Dunham Park Zoo. We got the park back from Beezy, who was working on a very special exhibit that we will see hopefully soon when I finish the whole area. So right now what I'm really working on is the Predator Ridge, which I've been working on in stream there. And then I'm also working on this big primate complex. So BZ has very kindly built me a gorilla habitat for that. And then I have the two habitats I'm going to show you today, which is Lemur Landing, which has lemur and colobus monkeys. And then hopefully I can get the rest of it's going to be like a whole circle with a main complex in the middle and these habitats going around the outside. And it will also serve not only as the main primate area, but the transition from the Africa section into the Asia tropical section, which will then link up with the Asia highlands, so that we have a nice big loop through that section. But as Leaf would say, with that being said, let's move on with the tour. So you come up here, you can kind of get a little sneaky peek. Now these backstage buildings aren't finished yet because they're going to tie in with the rest of the complex, but you can see the monkeys kind of running in and out there. And this habitat was based on the Lemur Landing at Calgary Zoo, and I mean they did retweet my build picture, so I'm pretty much a celebrity. I will be taking autographs. Ignore the construction wall to the left that's hiding all the things I'm working on in Predator Ridge. But first, you can come up here. I want to thank Nick for some of the things in here that he has lent me from his private zoo, like this fake acacia tree, as well as he was so very kind in building me this bridge, because this build was so heavily detailed, I just couldn't be bothered to build one more thing for it, because it's a lot, you'll see. And then I do have a climbing structure in here from BZ, a couple other workshop items. This is off the workshop that I've just reworked, and these great signs by Lion. But we'll come over here. This is like the indoor viewing if the weather was bad or they had any lemurs separated. They can get up in here right now. I did put a water bowl and some toys to kind of encourage them to come in here, but they don't really come in here a whole lot because they have lots to do outside, so you kind of have to manually place them in there. I thought about maybe actually making it a second habitat so that they would be inside, but I just honestly can't be bothered. So yeah, that's their indoor viewing. And then if you come over here, you can read up on the different kind of lemurs we have. Shout out to Nick for some of these prop mods. Nick and Leaf are out here doing God's work with these prop mods. So we have ring-tailed lemurs, we have red-ruffed lemurs, we have mongoose lemurs, and we have the new black and white ruffed lemurs that we got as the anniversary present. And that is kind of what spurred the building of this Lemur Landing. So you can stand up here and just look down on the different lemurs, but if that doesn't satiate your need for lemurs enough, you can come down across this bridge, get a good little peek in here at our colobus monkeys. Originally when I did this build, I planned on having lemurs on both sides, but it ended up being like just really big and out of scale, so I decided to put the colobus on this side, and then that led to the idea of having this whole circular complex for primates. So I've actually had to blueprint BZ's gorilla habitat to move it over to fit it into this circle, and hopefully I'll be finished arranging all of that soon, because we're going to have these lemurs and these colobus monkeys, and then we're going to have gorillas for sure, possibly chimps, but we will definitely have orangutans, and that is what will transition us into the Asia tropical section. So you can kind of come across the bridge and get some pretty good peeks. And then there's water separating the islands for the different animals. Oh, look at them go. The nice thing about these habitats is they're very lively because the animals really like climbing in them, which is awesome because I know that's been a whole thing with Planet Zoo is the primates not climbing. But these two habitats, for some reason, they sure seem to use the climbing a lot. Anyway, ADHD. So there is drainage for this if they ever did need to drain it for some reason. But yeah, you come down here. There'd be a little sign giving the rules for the walkthrough, and of course there would be staff at this gate and as well in the walkthrough to keep an eye. There's a little outlet cove here for you to dump your strollers and wagons and stuff, because obviously you wouldn't be allowed to take them in the walkthrough habitat. But you come through this airlock to make sure that no lemurs get out. Go a little faster, and then yeah, you come into this walkthrough area for the lemurs. So they do have a feeding pit in the middle, so they do come down and eat, and they climb overhead. So just watch out that you don't get pooped on. And then you can see the main ramp here for staff access. And then the doors going to backstage. So this door goes into the indoor area. This door goes into backstage as well as this one does, because there would be separate like little channels in through the backstage, I imagine, where you could separate lemurs into different backstage cages. But yeah, I just gave them lots of stuff to climb on. And they do, like I said, they do climb quite a bit in here, which is really great. So they have like this netting. They're throwing stuff at us. So they climb up and down on these posts. They run along these ropes. It's really fun. I added these leaf pieces because they do come down and sit on these little platforms, which is super, super cute. But it also, I think, makes it look like they're trying to play these posts off as trees, which I think is pretty funny. And then they do have various enrichment items. I find if they have to climb to an enrichment item, that keeps them climbing quite a bit. And then you can use foliage and rocks to kind of block some of the ground path, and that really encourages them to have to use the climbing stuff to get from one point to another. And then I think it just helps really sell the habitat because you get all this lively movement in here. Sometimes it does get a bit janky, but you know, honestly, even as janky as the climbing sometimes is, just the fact that you know you can place down an item and the animals will figure out how to climb all over it is pretty cool, in my opinion. There are some things, obviously, like this tire that they don't use. But, you know, some things are just for the aesthetic, and that's fine, too. So, yeah, this is Lemur Landing and the start of our primate complex. I hope you liked it, and I hope you guys, if you've been catching the streams I've been doing, I hope you guys have been enjoying that. I moved to the town, and I got, after quite a bit of hassle, I did manage to get like real person internet, no longer hamster internet. So you know, stay on the lookout for streams, probably a couple times a week at least, kind of whenever I'm bored and have time. And then it's winter, so I have less training horses. It's dark at like 5 o'clock, so you know, now I can really kind of get more into making content for you guys, so I hope you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, I'm not entirely sure why you're here, but, you know, maybe go try to enjoy your life a little bit. But yeah, so Planet Zoo content. I'm trying to get going on Dunham Park again and get going. I have been playing franchise, so I'll kind of try to get some videos for that, or I might just stick that to playing on stream. I'm not really sure. If you guys let me know kind of which you would prefer there. Yeah, and then I'm trying to get into doing some content for other games as well. I do play quite a few other games. Valheim, we play a ton. I did stream that last night. Our Valheim group is just absolute chaos, so it is quite fun. to be able to share that with you guys. It kind of can be a little monotonous sometimes, but the chaos is entertaining for us anyway. So if you guys enjoy that, let me know. You know, I don't have my hands on Prehistoric Kingdom, but I'm still begging and pleading to let me in on that. But I do have like The Sims and a few other games like that. I'm trying to get into Ark to play with my son, but I need to get like an external hard drive or something because the download is like 100 gig. And I don't have that room on my computer, but I want to get a external hard drive here so I can play Ark. I also got Elder Scrolls Online, but I probably won't stream that. That'll probably just be for me because I feel like that could get pretty boring to kind of watch. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying all the extra content, and I hope you liked Lemur Landing. Again, if you didn't, that's fine. I guess you do you. I guess you don't like pretty things. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I have nothing more to talk about, nothing more to show you. So I hope you have a absolutely splendid day, and then I will see you hopefully soon back in Dunham Park. I should have Predator Ridge wrapped up. I did finish the hyena habitat off that we did on stream the other night, so I'll show you guys that in the next video, as well as the wild dogs and leopard that are also going in Predator Ridge. And then I've just been trying to do a little bit of updating around the zoo, you know, painting some of the older retro buildings, changing out some of the path to kind of give it a bit of a refresh. I do kind of want to still keep the vibe that some parts of the zoo are quite a bit older, and they've just been refreshed, and because I like the contrast of kind of that kind of retros 80s 90s look in contrast to some of the areas like this that are obviously newer and had a bunch of new money put into them, but I do like to just kind of go through and refresh as my skills improve and we get different things available to us. So yeah, I will see you the next time. Have a great day. Bye bye. Hey, you know, it'd be really cool if you went ahead and hit that subscribe button.